Hello everyone. In this lecture we will understand the next concept, that one is functions, static functions. Then it run with the different types. It's a static functions, inline function and friend functions. That one is some unique function which one is comes under the C++. Static members, or it may be the member function, that one is a function, inline function and friend function. We already know about the normal functions under the class, or it may be the normal function under the C++ program. That one is, we know how to define it, how to access it by the class object, or it may be the, in this lecture we will understand some special member function which can be defined in a C++ classes. Then different type of member functions, that is a static function, inline function and the friend function. We can say that these are the some special functions because of a particular function have its own characteristics or the use. Static member function in a C++. Static, we already understood about to the static data member. That one is if we want to maintain the state of a particular variable, then we use a static data member. Then what exact the use of static member function, we will understand. Static member function also does not depend on the object of class. Static member function also does not depend on the object of a class. If we define a particular function as a static, that one is not depend on the particular class object. We will understand it with a example. Then a particular when we define that static, or it may be you call that static function under the main, then we will use a scope resolution operator to access that function directly. There is no need to use an object of class. Static member function are allowed to access only the static data member or the static member function. Means if we define any function as a static, then that function can only access the static data member or the other static member function. That is a restriction. Then cannot access the non-static data member or the member function. That is simply the concept behind the static member function. Then we will just run this code and understand how exactly it works. Static function. This is simply the save. This is a code. That one is with a class JFG. Then contains a public member function. That is a print message, but that is the static function. Then it prints something, and then in a main we call that for static member function. Then we can directly call the static member function with a class name, scope resolution, and then that function name. Normally consider it contains again the other function, that is void and the function, right, and contain the null body. This one is accessed with a object of class. We need to create the object of a class, that is obj, right, and then we can access obj dot fun. Okay, but static void function or the static function, we can access it with the class name, scope resolution and function name. That one is simply the process. Then we will run this code and we will understand how exact it works. That one is simply the method of accessing the static member function with the class name and scope resolution. This static member function cannot access a non-static data member or the member function. That is a basic explanation about the static member function. Then next, that one is an inline function. What exact the use of inline function, we will understand the theory first. Program execute the function call instruction. The CPU stores the memory address of the instruction following the function call. Copy the argument, means when the a particular consider this code under the int main, we call a function. Then CPU stores the address of this function in a memory location and then transfer the call to the main function body, and then it execute the function, and it's again the transfer the control to the this line with the help of the particular address which one is stored in the memory location. This is, we can say, that is a switching process. Okay, when we call the function cube here, it jumps to the cursor or send a control to the particular function. That is step 1. And then after execution of a function, it is again gives the control to the calling function. That one is a step 1 and 2. That one is comes under the switching process. We can say that switching technique, or the switch the control, or it may be both steps take a time to execute the or it may be a both step. We can say that is a switching process, and that switching process takes a time. That one is that switching process we can call as a switching time. That is a 1 and 2. It's a get the control to the particular function, then that transfer that control to the calling function. That's called the switching time. And then this is a function which one is executed. That's called the execution time of that function. Okay, means it comes with a 2 time, that is the switching time and the execution time. When we define the inline function, we will understand. Then particular CPU execute the function code. Store the function return value in a predefined memory location to comes here again, location or register, and return the control to the calling function. Return the function to the calling control. This can become a overhead if the execution time of a function is less than a switching time. Means execution time is less than switching time, then it is again overhead to execute this process, because of when the calling function call the function body and the function body execute takes a execution time, that time is less than switching time, then it's a overheading process. Then what is the solution? For function that large and perform the complex task, if this function is large and the complex function, then the calling process is good. But the particular called function is a small function, then it is again overhead as compared to the particular switching time, because of switching time is more as compared to the execution time. In this situation, overhead of the function call is usually insignificant compared to the amount of time the function task to run. For small and commonly used function, the time needed to make the function call is often a lot more than the time needed to actual execution of the function code. Function execution execute the function that is very small function, then that one is efficient, takes a less time as compared to the switching time. Then the solution is an inline function. C++ provide an inline function to reduce the function call overhead. We call the function, but the function is very small, or maybe then that calling or the switching time, it's again overhead process. Then what will be the solution? The inline function is called whole code of the inline function get inserted or substituted at the point of the inline function call. Means when we call this function and that called function is an inline function, we will understand the code. That substitution is performed by the whatever the, we will understand which type of a substitution is done. This is simply the inline function. This is an inline function. It's a small function. When the function is called here, then whole small function code is copied in this location. by the compiler. Copy the all function code at the calling location, instead of transfer the control to the function. The inline function copy the all code at the position of calling function location to reduce the switching time, to reduce the switching overhead process. That is exact the use of inline function. Means whenever we define the inline function as a function as an inline, and when we call that function, it not transfer the control to that function, it copy the whole function body under the location of calling process. That is simply the use of inline. When we use the inline, that is when the particular called function is small. If the function is complex and large, then inline is not useful. That is simply the process. We will understand that is substitution is performed by the C++ compiler at the compile time. Inline function may increase the efficiency if the function is small, then the inline function is useful. Inlining is only a request to the compiler. Inlining function gives send a request to the compiler, not a command. It's a send a request to a compiler. It's not a command. Compiler can ignore the request for inlining. Compiler can ignore it as per the situation. It's not a compulsion to a compiler to copy the code to the calling position. We will run this code and we will understand how exactly it works. Control Alt, Control V, save. Then okay, this is simply the process. That one is, it gives the 27 as output. We define a cube as a function, as an inline function. When we call the cube function, this code copy at the location of this calling function and it executes the process. If we remove the inline and then we call the function, then cursor goes to this location, execute the function, and it's again gives the control to the calling location. This is simply the difference. Means when we use the inline function, when we call any function and that function is very small, then we can define that function as an inline function to reduce the calling overhead. That is simply the concept. Okay, that one is then the compiler may not perform inline in a these are the some situations. In that situation, compiler not run the inline function. Then if the function contains a loop, function contains a static variable, function is recursive, function return type is not a void, other than void, function contains a switch or go to statement. In these situations, inline function is not called by compiler. Inline function provide a following advantage. These are the advantages which one is provided by the inline function, and these are the disadvantage which one is provided by the inline because of the inline function. This is simply the process of an inline. Now we will understand that one is the next function, that is a friend function in C++. Friend function can be given a special grant to access the private and protected member. When we define any class and we define a data member as a private, then and the particular other class want to access it, then friend function is useful. Or it may be a class contains also a friend class, or it may be the particular class contained a function and other function is a friend function to a particular class. We will understand it by practically. Then a method of another class, it will be the friend function, or a global function is a friend function. Following are some important points about the friend function and the classes. Should be used only for the limited purpose. Friend should be used for the limited purpose. Friendship is not a mutual. Means if we mention a class A is a friend of B, then it not a B then B does not become a friend of A. That is simply the not a mutual process under the class. Friendship is not inherited. That one is not a inherit to each other when the class is there. Then this is simple example related to the friend function. Control lol v. This is simply the one class as a distance, and it contains a one function, that is add 5 is a function which is a friend function to this class, and that one is defined like this: friend and the return type of a function and the function name. And then it defines a friend function definition, that one is int add 5 and whatever the process of that friend function. Then whenever we run the particular create the object of a class, distance d is object of a class, it automatically call the particular constructor, that one is same as a name as a class name function, and then that one is constructor is called, and it execute the process, process because of the constructor. Then again see out distance, it calls a add 5 function, that actual the function is comes under the class, it is directly called, right, directly called because of it is a friend function of this class. There is no need to access the d dot add 5, right? Why? Because of this is a friend function simply, and that friend function can access the private member of that class. If meter is a private, we cannot access it under this function, but here is we used. Why? Because of this function is friend function of this class, and that's why this function, this friend function can access the private member of this class. That is actually the use. Means simple concept is, if the class declare the some data member as a private, and we want to use that private member, data member, then we need to define under a particular function, then that function should be the friend function of that class, and then we can access that private data members. That is actually the use. We will run it, that one is okay. This is gives the output as a sorry, we need to save it. Then it gives the distance as a 5, like add 5 function access the meter data member which is a private under the distance class, but this function is accessed it. Why? Because of the friend function. That is actually the use of friend function. Then the second example, that one is related to the particular class, and the friend particular class A have the friend class as a B. In previous example we just to check it with the friend function. Now here is a friend class. Okay, this one is also we will understand with the second unit with comes with the inheritance concept. Okay, we will just to go with the fastly with this code. This is simply the program, and it gives output a variable which one is comes under the class A, and that A variable is a private data member of a class A, but we define one friend class as a class B, and we access that A variable under the class B. Why? Because of class B is a friend of class A. Okay, but we cannot access B variable by the class A because of B is not a, or the class A is not a friend of a B, but B is friend of a class A. That is simply the explanation. We will understand this under the second unit with the inheritance concept. Okay, this is simply the explanation about to friend function, inline function, and the simple static member function. Thank you.